Hi, my name is Stephen Lynn. I'm the new principal here at John Beck Elementary School. I'm really happy to be here. Really excited for the 2022-2023 school year. I hope you are as well. I am in the back of the building where the big back parking lot is. And what I want to talk about for just a second here is the afternoon car rider dismissal process. In the last 2 years, especially during the pandemic, we've really reserved the car rider curbside pickup just for our kindergarten families. That's actually now being expanded to our K-6. So if you are a parent who picks up your child at the end of the day, if you happen to get here before 2:30, there's actually going to be a sign, and we'll show that to you in the later part of this video, where you'll park behind. At the beginning of this whole process, we're actually going to let all the vans come up here first. We're going to dismiss the vans first, and then we'll remove that sign that's holding up the rest of the cars. Then you guys can come through and we'll start loading our families, hopefully maybe about 4, 5, 6 cars at a time, and sending you guys off. Now, some families may remember that in the past they could park out there and pick up their kids that way as well. That's still an option. Parents can still pick up their kids by parking at the back parking lot. Instead of having our kids run through the parking lot to your car, however, we are asking all parents who use the parking lot to get out of the cars, come up to us, make eye contact with one of our staff members, and retrieve your child right back to the car. The whole purpose of all of these changes is to bring a little bit of predictability, a little bit of order to the end of the day right here in the back of the building. We'll see how this works, and if there are some tweaks we have to make, we'll make sure that we announce that to you. The goal really is to make sure that our kids are safe and that we minimize as many of the risks that are out there as possible. All right. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, everybody, we are on Lexington Road. We are approaching John Beck. Here's my lovely wife, Mrs. Lynn. And we are approaching the back of the school, basically not where the buses come in. And from our approach angle, we'll be making a right here into the rear parking lot. Now, during car rider dismissal, there are 2 options. So we are making this right. And as we approach the parking lot, many of you guys will see that some of our roofing material is eating up some of the real estate, but families have the option to park there. The only thing we are asking parents not to do is to assume that our children will be able to recognize your car and come out on their own. So if you park here, we are asking parents to get out of their car and walk over to the entranceway of the school to pick up their children. The other option, however, is to move forward. This was reserved during the pandemic for just kindergarten families. This is now available for all families. K through 6th grade. If you come earlier, before 2:30, however, we are asking the conveyor belt of cars to park along the curb here and stop where this sign is placed. The sign says school vans only beyond this point before 2:30. The reason for this is because we will have school vans entering into the small loop. Our dismissal procedure will dismiss our van riders first. Once the vans leave and vacate the circle, we'll have a staff member remove the sign. And once the staff member removes the sign, the conveyor belt can continue with the cars. So we will demonstrate that next. All right, here we're going to provide another angle of the car riders. We have 2 John Beck students. We're going to pretend that Audrey is a kindergartner. And then we also have Levi, who actually is a 2nd grader, right? Yeah. And so what we have here is Mom arriving at the car rider circle. The sign has been removed. Who are you here to pick up? All right. Levi and Audrey Lynn, can you raise your hands? All right, your mom's here. Why don't you come on out? Show me how to walk. Show me how to walk. Now, if we do see cars we recognize sooner than later, we may even have the children stage and be nearer to the curb as the van is pulling up. But here you'll see that one of our kids is able to buckle himself in. I know with our younger ones, the parent will want to buckle in perhaps a kindergartner. This will take a few seconds. Thank goodness for a lot of these automated doors. And off they go. What we will try to do is dismiss about 4 or 5 vehicles at a time. As they leave, the next 4 or 5 vehicles will arrive, and we'll send off those kids as well. This is how it's done. All right, there you have it. Hopefully this tutorial was informative to you. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our goal is to try to make this as smooth as possible. We know that it might be a little bit harder. You might need to be a little bit more patient early on, but collectively as a community, we'll get to a point of muscle memory, and this will be our new norm. All right, thanks a lot.